started at 6:30 this morning. It was 54 degrees and it's already heated up 6 extra degrees in just less than an hour. It's supposed to be over 80 today. Yesterday was almost 13-mile day. There was no water yesterday except for the last mile before I got to a hostel. There was a stream, and it was a lovely, beautiful stream, a big one. But it's not safe to drink that water because it is downstream from farms and agricultural runoff. So I couldn't get water from there. Because of that, and I only had 6 ounces of water left, I had rationed my water throughout the day. I had to stay at the hostel. I had not planned on that. It was American Dreamer Hostel. It was very nice. The name of the owner is Mac. I'm going to put the phone number down here in case anybody wants it, and the mile marker that he's at. He is 81 years old. He met me about 1.5 miles off trail, hiked in with me. He walked right up to me and said, "Are you Nani?" I said, "I am." And he said, "Well, I'm Mac. I came to meet you." And I thought that that was the nicest thing. He offered to take my backpack, and I said, "No, sir. I appreciate it. You're a gentleman, but I have to carry my own pack. I have to." And so, anyway, that was an interesting day. And as we were finishing up the trail, I turned around and there was a huge black cow on trail. I had seen it about 1 mile back, and I thought it was a bear. And when I looked down and I saw the tail swishing, I thought, I'm in the middle of the forest and there's a cow. But that's how they do up here. Cows are everywhere. So that was kind of funny. I stayed at the hostel last night with 2 gentlemen. One is a retired 1-star general from the Army. His name is Iceman, and he was a very nice man, and another hiker named Don. And so Mac fixed us a full-fledged spaghetti dinner with garlic bread last night and green beans from his garden. It was delicious. And he fixed pancakes this morning. I didn't eat breakfast, but he fixed pancakes this morning for everybody. And I'm telling you, those were 2 hungry men. I've never seen so much food disappear. I'm not sure how long today is going to be. I'd like it to be a 12-mile day, but it's about 4,000 some feet of ascent. And that is not good on my Achilles tendon. So yesterday was a really challenging day. It was like up. I think the name of the mountain was Marshall Mountain, and it was steep. Even Max said that that's a beast of a mountain to hike up, and so it pulled on my right Achilles tendon. The distances haven't been bothering my feet at all, but that one ascent pulled on it, and I'm afraid to tweak it today. So I'm starting off with an 800-foot ascent, which is gracious plenty. I just don't know where I'm going to stop, so I'll have to fill that in later. It's either going to be stealth camping or a shelter. And the water situation, there's only 2 water sources between here and the shelter, and so I will need to fill up. And they're reliable water sources, so at least I have water today. For those of you that are sitting on the sofa and you've been thinking about getting up and getting active, come on, do something. Do something today. Anything. Just do something today. Ride a bike, walk around the block with your sweetheart, hold her hand, just go swimming, go do something today. All right, let's go. I just walked up to this little campsite, and it's got a tiny little picnic table. It's about a half-size picnic table. I always think that's nice. Somebody was even thoughtful enough to put some wood in the pit for the next person that's coming along. And it's just that close to the trail. Oh. Okay, well. And now we're at a shelter. Oh, this is not mall shelter. Nice. Wow, this is really clean. The fire pit is clean. This is an older shelter, but it's nice. It's clean. You can probably get 6 people in here again in a pinch. And they still have that gastrointestinal alert sign up. Wow. Nice. Oh, somebody left a little painted Spider-Man rock. I want to tell you all a story about a woman that went to a gym. And this woman was in a wheelchair, and all she could do was lift 2-pound weights, 2 pounds on each hand. Now, she was there with all kinds of women that go to stay fit in their halter tops and their tight little spandex pants and, you know, lifting heavier weights. Sorry, spider webs. And she just stayed there and lifted her 2-pound weights. One of the bodybuilders in the gym could not take its eyes off of her. All those other beautiful women in the gym working out had their makeup on, their hair done, lifting heavy weights, but he couldn't take his eyes off this one woman. And the reason why is because she exhibited bravery and strength. It had to be hard for that person to lift 2-pound weights in a wheelchair. The moral of the story is this: a person that is excellent at what they do and can lift 100-pound weights, that's great. But a real act of bravery is getting out of your comfort zone and doing something so counterintuitive to what your brain wants you to do. And you do it, and you do it with grace. The connection here is, for those of you that don't feel like you can hike or do any other number of different things, it doesn't have to be hiking, and you feel like you're inexperienced or you're not brave enough, if that woman in a wheelchair could go into a gym full of people like that and lift 2-pound weights, then I think the inspiration needs to come from that. You are brave enough to go and do what you are afraid to do, intimidated to do, maybe not prepared to do. Do your best. And that is the most beautiful act of bravery and inspiration to others. I just think that's a neat story. I don't know who needs to hear that today, but I needed to hear it. Because I'm climbing over 4,000 feet today. And I don't know if I can do it. But I'm going to try. And I'm intimidated. But nobody can say I didn't try. Give it your best. Try something you've been intimidated to do. You can do it. I cannot crawl under that. And I don't know how to get over the top of it. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I can. That is the biggest tree I've ever had to try and get over. That was not pretty at all. Whew. As non-existent and low as the water has been, I haven't run across one water source today in 6 miles. We'll see if I have to ford this little thing. This is the one and only water source I have today. So that bridge right over there has collapsed and washed out. The trail is right over there. So I'm going to fill up with water now. But this water source is the last water source, the only water source up to Chestnut shelter. I can't remember the name of it. And then there's not another water source for many miles after that. So I have to carry enough extra water to last me for the rest of the day and tomorrow until I can get water, which I believe is an additional 8 miles after I spend the night. So these conditions are not optimal, and it's going to be hard to go up a 2,000-foot ascent with a 2-liter Canuck bag full of water on my back, but I have to do it. So anyway, at least there's water here, and I'm grateful for that. What I need to do is, that's really low. I'm going to have to figure out how to get underneath that, just kind of walk across there and get to the other side. And that shows you right there when the water is up to 6 feet deep. And if you look over here, you can see the ropes that when people have to ford the river, they hold onto those ropes to get across. Came from over there across here, and you wouldn't think that'd be a big deal, but those rocks are really slippery. And here's the ropes that go across. That's where I just hiked from. This is the last 2 miles. I just came out of the forest down there. This is the first view I've had all day. I've got 2 more miles until I get to the shelter. This has been a real challenge today. I keep thinking about that woman with those 2-pound weights. Got 0.75 left to go. Man. And while she inspires me, somebody else's feet are walking up this trail. I'm exhausted. This is what I'm looking at. I have to say I'm really happy to see that shelter. AWOL's guide is so off on its mileage. Far out, it's much more accurate. Wow. I don't have much more to say today, so I'm glad I'm here. I'm sorry I'm showing my vulnerability. This has been a rough day. Thank the Lord I'm here. Y'all take good care, and I'll see you in my next video.